live on our YouTube and Facebook, and just so excited to be able to do this, bringing you this little something with regard to people. So I saw a very profound something, and it's written by Unknown. It says, "You can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you." And it's one of those brilliant double meaning kind of situations where you're like, what? You can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. And then, of course, as you think about it, you realize, yes, that is so true. So there are people in my life who will be in my life, and I won't be able to change them. I won't be able to change them. But the reality is I can choose who I'm around, because it's in that choosing that we are actively deciding, okay, I want to spend time with this one. And I don't know about you, but as we head to the end of the year, time is tight, you're busy and whatever else like that. And you have to choose and make time to spend time with those you love and those that you want to spend time with, right? And so in doing that, I want to encourage you. If you find yourself in a room or in a space with people that you're like, actually, no, I don't know. I don't agree with what they're saying. I don't agree with what they're doing. Get up and leave. Do that. It's crazy, but maybe it's necessary at times. And again, I had the privilege of chatting to some ladies who are staying in a shelter house on Friday, and they've had to leave their home environments because of abuse. And so if you find yourself in an abusive relationship, don't try and change the person who's abusing you. You need to find external help. You need to change the people that you're with and find help. And then also, when looking at Jesus's life and the time that he spent here on earth, isn't it incredible how he meets a tax collector, and then the tax collector invites him to his house with other tax collectors, and Jesus chooses to go into that space. And then the Pharisees, the religious people of the day, the hoi polloi, religiously speaking, of the day, come along, and they're like, oh, look at this quote unquote savior, this Jesus. He's spending time with tax collectors and the lowest of the low. And Jesus is like, yeah, I am, because it's not the healthy that need a doctor. It's those people who are sick and are hurting that need a doctor. So even with regard to that, when you choose the people to be around, sometimes God will ask you to go into a situation where there are people who are hurting, who are broken, who are needing some love. They need some of God's light in their lives. Will you then choose, please, to be Jesus to those people? Will you choose to show them love, to be the light as God has commanded you and I to be in that situation? At the end of it all, what I'm hoping you're hearing is that you can choose the people that you hang around with, and that you can change that atmosphere. I've seen it. I've experienced it firsthand where, people were maybe a little bit gloomy or something, and then just somebody walks into the room, walks into the space and says something and does something, and it just changes the atmosphere. That's something that you and I can do as we head towards the end of this year. I really hope that encourages you. And remember, God is love. God is light. And if he is in you, then you can be God's love to somebody, and you can bring God's light into a situation.